Welcome to DMD 1123, Introduction to Media Technology. I'm the SCTL for that course, and this is basically the BBL structure. We're going to look into it individually, but I've organized the course into 4 modules, which I have also shared with the students on the MS Teams platform. So here, the students will always have a link to the associated materials and lessons and PowerPoint presentations for each of these modules here, including their assessments and even examples as well included in the resources. So that's the back end of it. The front end of it is we have the about this course information where I have my welcome page, and in the welcome page I actually have immediately my video here.
DMD 1123, the course teaches the essentials of vector and raster graphics, file types, workflows, and industry standard processes. Students use Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, and Adobe Bridge to construct real projects and explore both creative expression and technical accuracy. Labs emphasize hand-skill building, while multimedia content supports independent learning. The competencies and skill sets are: articulate professional file types, workflows, and organization, apply Photoshop for raster projects, Illustrator for vector graphics, use input devices and manage digital projects in creative labs, and lastly, solve design challenges through graphical problem solving.
And that is also here illustrated as a dedicated website where students can always go for each of their coursework and see what they will progress through in the coming course, what they will design, what they will create, with a lot of examples for the relevant courseworks already here in place, so they can have an overview of the whole course. That's the welcome page. That's obviously including also the laptop requirements, what they need for this class, the recommendations, what kind of hardware, what kind of software. Then we have the semester planner here, really clearly outlined each week, including the spring break and including their coursework deliveries and topics per week. And then we also have the glossary and textbooks necessary and other resources, including learner support, LMS support, etc. So that's basically all here. Then we have the assessment page, including formative tests and the summative tests and the final exam, obviously here as well. Each of the modules contain now the relevant information. So if I'm going to open any of these folders, we also have the checkpoints and also a clear identification what these checkpoints mean, what they have to do, when the deadline is for each of these checkpoints, and then of course associated videos and classroom exercises. These can take the form, for example, of a dedicated YouTube tutorial here. And in these tutorials, I quickly explain.
Welcome to our tutorial in setting up Adobe Illustrator.
So in these tools, I explain everything, how to set up certain software. And then we have the final review at the end of the course. The discussions or the gradebook is also basically being organized here, where I have the different courseworks being graded here and the final exam here as well. And I have a lot of discussion boards and a lot of announcements for each of the weeks. What we're going to do this week, what's going to be expected from the students, always sent per BBL and per email as well. And in the discussions forum, obviously, I would also have release conditions, and with these release conditions also giving ample time to show what the students are expected to deliver and providing adequate feedback for that here as well. And that should be it. If you have any further questions, please let me know. Thank you very much for watching.